Our lesson today is going to be an application of finding unit rates called unit prices, which will later on help us determine a better buy. A unit price is the unit rate that gives the price of one item or the price of one unit of measure. Okay, when you go to a grocery store, sometimes they sell things per pound or per ounce. Okay, so that's what when we say when we're talking about per unit of measure. Now, we will use ratio tables to find unit prices, just like we do with other unit rates, okay? In our first lesson, we used ratio tables a lot. Unit prices are an example of unit rates, so we're going to use ratio tables again. So let's take a look at our first example. We're told that Bob bought 4 movie tickets for himself and 3 friends. The cost was $25. What was the price per ticket? Right there, price per ticket is the unit price that we're looking for in this example. And so you can see our ratio table set up. We have our dollars in the top, we have our tickets on the bottom, and they told us that it cost $25 for 4 tickets. We want to know what's the price per ticket. So in the ticket spot, I want to know how much just one ticket is. Well, to scale back from 4 tickets to 1 ticket, I need to divide by 4. And if I do that to my number of tickets, then I need to do that to my dollars. So I'm going to do 25 divided by 4. And if we go ahead and punch that into our calculator, we get an answer of 6 25/100ths. So on the line, we're going to state what the unit price is. This right here tells us that it cost $6.25 per ticket. Remember that slash is the word per. $6.25 per ticket is the unit price. In the second example, your class is tie-dyeing t-shirts to sell for a fundraiser. You are in charge of buying the plain t-shirts. Which package is the best buy and which package is the worst buy? And so we can see here in the box, we've got the 4 different packages: 10 shirts for $29.90, 8 shirts for $27.20, 15 shirts for $47.25, or 12 shirts for $39. In order to be able to find the best buy and the worst buy, I have to take each package and find out what their unit price is. So notice that we have 4 ratio tables where we're going to look at the dollars to the shirts. The price per shirt is what we're looking for. Okay, so I'm going to record all of my data into my tables first. So I'm going to spend $29.90 for 10 shirts. Or I'm going to spend $27.20 for 8 shirts. Or I'm going to spend $47.25 for 15 shirts. Or we're going to spend $39 for 12 shirts. Okay, so let's start with the first package, $29.90 for 10 shirts. In order to get the price of just one shirt, to go from 10 shirts to 1 shirt, I'm going to have to divide by 10. Which means I also have to take my price and divide it by 10. So $29.90 divided by 10, well, that comes out to be 2 99/100ths, which means for this package, it's going to be $2.99 per shirt. Make sure that you state the unit price. With my second package, $27.20 for 8 shirts, again, I need to know the price of just one shirt. So to scale from 8 shirts to just 1 shirt, this time I'm going to divide by 8. So I'll take my price and I will divide by 8 as well. $27.20 divided by 8 is 3 4/10ths in your calculator. But remember, since we're dealing with money, we need to have 2 decimal places. So we're going to add a 0 on there, which means that for this package, it's $3.40 per shirt. With the next example, $47.25 for 15 shirts. Again, we're trying to find the price of just 1 shirt. So to go from 15 shirts to 1, we're going to divide by 15. If we do $47.25 divided by 15 and punch that into our calculator, we get an answer of 3 15/100ths, which means for this package, it costs $3.15 per shirt. And now we need to look at just the last package, $39 for 12 shirts. We're finding the price of 1 shirt, the unit price. To go from 12 shirts to 1, we're going to divide by 12. So we'll do the same thing to our $39. $39 divided by 12, we get an answer of 3 25/100ths, which means that the unit price here is $3.25 per shirt. Okay, so that was the first step, was finding the 4 unit prices. The question asked us which is the best buy and which is the worst buy. Well, the best buy is going to be the package of shirts that gives you the lowest unit price. And so I see my 4 unit prices here. I have $2.99 per shirt, $3.40 per shirt, $3.15 per shirt, and $3.25 per shirt. The lowest price there per shirt is $2.99 per shirt. So the first package is the best buy. So underneath, I'm going to say that 10 shirts for $29.90 is the best buy. And again, because it has the lowest unit price per shirt. Now the worst buy is going to be the one that has the highest unit price. And I can see that right here where it's $3.40 per shirt. Okay, so 8 shirts for $27.20 is the worst buy. And again, because it has the highest unit price per shirt. So we've seen to find a unit price, you take the dollar amount and you divide it by the number of units, okay? And that's really useful, but sometimes the unit price has already been calculated for you, for example, when you go to the grocery store, okay? This right here is called a price tag that you would see, or a price sticker that you would see at a grocery store. And there's a few different parts that you need to be aware of, okay? The retail price, which we see right here, the retail price, this is the price that you actually pay when you go up to the register, okay? But there's an orange price right here, and you can see it's labeled right there as the unit price. The orange part is the part that you're going to want to use to compare with other similar products to figure out which one is the better buy. Okay, so for this item, the unit price is $6.65 per pound. So maybe you would find another similar product that has a lower unit price per pound and be able to make a better buy that way. Okay, one other price tag I want to show you looks like this. Again, you've got the retail price right here. That's the price that you're going to pay when you go up to the cash register. Notice the unit price on this one. All right, it says that it's 95.3 cents per quart. Okay, when the unit price is under $1, like in this one, you always go out to the tenths place with your money. So this is 95.3 cents per quart. Now again, this isn't the price that you would pay, but this is what you would need to compare with other similar products to figure out if you're getting the better buy. So if your unit price is above $1, like in this one, just write it normally as you would, $6.65. But if it's under $1, like in this one, always carry it out to the tenths place in terms of cents, 95 3/10 cents per quart. In our third example, we're going to figure out the better buy between 2 different kinds of potato chips. We have Lay's 9-ounce potato chips for $3.19, or we have Cape Cod 7-ounce potato chips for $2.79. I need to determine which of these is going to be the better buy, and I'm going to do that by finding their unit prices. So the first thing I'm going to do is label my table so I know which brand I'm looking at. I'll put Lay's right here. I'll put Cape Cod on this one. And let's start with the Lay's potato chips. They told us that the price was $3.19, and that was for 9 ounces of chips. We need to figure out what the price is for 1 ounce. The price per ounce is going to be our unit price in this example. To go from 9 ounces to 1 ounce, you're going to go ahead and divide by 9, okay? And so what we're going to need to do is use our calculator, and we're going to go ahead and divide $3.19 by 9. So here's our calculator, and we're going to type in $3.19, and we need to divide that value by 9. And so we hit that in, and notice we get 0.35444, a whole bunch of 4s that are repeating, okay? So we're going to record that number in our table. Okay, so we had 0 decimal, let me write it down here, 0.35, and then a whole bunch of 4s, okay? Now, in terms of dollars, which we need to put right here in our table, all right, I need to go out to the first 3 decimal places. So I'm going to have 0.354 as my unit price. But again, when the unit price is less than $1, like in this example, we change that into cents. So this is actually going to be 35.4 cents per ounce as the unit price. Okay, so that's the unit price for the Lay's potato chips. Now we need to do something similar for the Cape Cod chips. Cape Cod chips cost $2.79, and that was for 7 ounces. We need to get the price of just 1 ounce. So we're going to go from 7 ounces to 1 ounce by dividing by 7, which means I'll take my $2.79 and divide by 7 as well. So let's go ahead and punch this into our calculator. $2.79 divided by 7 equals, and this time we have 0.398 and so on. So remember, this is under $1, so we're going to take the first 3 decimals and use that as our unit price, 0.398. So let's go ahead and record that in our table. We had 0.398, and again, that price is under $1, so we're going to rewrite it in terms of cents. This is 39 8/10 cents per ounce for the Cape Cod chips. Now that I know the 2 unit prices right here and right here, I can determine that the Lay's chips are the better buy. So I can say that Lay's 9 ounce for $3.19 is the better buy. And again, it's the better buy because it has the lowest unit price per ounce. If we know the price of an item, we also might want to be able to compare that to the same brand, but for a different amount. And so we want to know what a fair price would be. In that example, a 12-pack of Gatorade costs $5.88. So what would be a fair price to pay if you bought an 18-pack of Gatorade? So we're going to use our ratio table to figure out the unit price and then be able to figure out what the cost of an 18-pack would be. So we're going to start in our ratio table by filling in what they told us. It costs $5.88 for a 12-pack of Gatorade. In order to figure out the unit price first, I need to know how much just 1 bottle of Gatorade is going to cost. So to go from 12 bottles to just 1 bottle, I'm going to divide by 12, which means I need to do the same thing to my price, $5.88 divided by 12. And if I punch that into my calculator, I get a decimal of 49 hundredths, which means that the unit price is 49 cents per bottle. Okay, this is the value I'm going to use to figure out the cost of an 18-pack. So in my bottles, now I want to know how much 18 bottles will cost. Well, to go from 1 bottle to 18, I'm going to have to multiply by 18. And I'm going to do the same thing to my unit price, 49 cents times 18. And if I punch that into my calculator, I get a decimal of 8 82 hundredths, which means that $8.82 is a fair price for an 18-pack of Gatorade. So find the unit price first, and then you can scale ahead to figure out the price of, in this case, the 18-pack. In our 5th example, we're going to see what happens when we buy multiple of an item. I'm trying to figure out which is the better buy. Is it better if I buy 3 28-ounce cans of DeCecco tomatoes for a total cost of $5.67? Or is it better to buy 5 16-ounce cans of Hunt's tomatoes for a total of $5.45. All right, I need to figure out which of these is going to be my better buy. So just like I did before, I'm going to have two ratio tables, and I'm going to label them. I'm going to call the first one DeCecco. So let's label that DeCecco. And the other one is going to be the Hunt's tomatoes. Okay, and we'll start with the DeCecco tomatoes. So they said that we're going to buy 3 28-ounce cans of DeCecco tomatoes. The total cost there is $5.67. So I'm going to put $5.67 as my cost. For my ounces, it is not for 28 ounces. Notice that you're buying 3 28-ounce cans. So we have to determine here how many ounces is that going to be. So I'm paying $5.67 for these 3 cans. So I'm going to do 28 times 3. Okay, and that's going to give me a total of 84 ounces altogether. So $5.67 was for 84 ounces of tomatoes. We need to figure out what's the cost of just 1 ounce. So to go from 84 ounces to just 1 ounce, I'm going to divide by 84, which means I need to do the same thing to my $5.67. Divide by 84. So let's go ahead and find our calculator and see what happens when we do that. So we need to type in 5 67/100 divided by 84. And again, we get a price that is below $1, so we're going to take the first 3 decimal places, which in this case, 0.067 are the numbers that we're going to use. So let's go ahead and record that in there, 0.067. And once again, we need to convert this into cents. So I'm going to move that decimal place 2 times to the right, which means that this comes out to be 6 7/10 cents per ounce of tomatoes for DeCecco. Now we're going to do something similar for Hunt's. Hunt's tomatoes, they tell us the total cost that we spent was $5.45. And again, that wasn't for just 16 ounces. Notice here, this time I bought 5 16-ounce cans. So I have to do 16 times 5, which in this case is going to give me 80 total ounces. 80 ounces of tomatoes cost $5.45. We're going to get the cost of just 1 ounce. To go from 80 ounces to 1 ounce, divide by 80, which means you're going to have to take your total price, $5.45, and divide by 80. So let's punch into our calculator, $5.45. We're going to divide that by 80. And again, we get a dollar price that is below $1. So we're going to take the first 3 decimal places. In this case, 0.068 is what we're going to record in. So let's record that as the unit price, 0.068. And again, we're going to need to convert that into cents. So we're going to move that decimal place twice to the right, which means that this is going to be 6 8/10 cents per ounce of tomatoes for Hunt's. And now what I can do is compare the 2 unit prices. DeCecco is 6 7/10 cents per ounce, while Hunt's is 6 8/10 cents per ounce, which means that 3 28-ounce cans of DeCecco tomatoes is the better buy. Okay, and again, it's the better buy because it has the lower unit price per ounce of tomatoes.